What's this? Is this my package? Looks like it's time for a review.
Let's go.
What's good?
What's good?
What's good?
What's good?
I'm Levi Peters, and this is Demetrios Levi, and today I'm actually going to do a product review on a certain company that's been making the rounds in the fashion hemisphere on YouTube. And what is this?
What is this?
This is Tailorstore, a company that specializes in made-to-measure shirts. They also do suits and sell accessories like lapel pins and pocket squares, but they're more famous for their made-to-measure shirts. And if you don't know already, made-to-measure means you put in your measurements on their site online and they make you a garment specifically tailored to those measurements. Story time. So I bit the bullet and decided to try out these guys last fall because I was designing an outfit for the premiere of a film I worked on. And since it was a really special night, I didn't mind, spending a few bucks. And I designed a shirt, this actual one right here. Though this one in particular isn't the original shirt. Don't worry, more on that later. This site has a really good layout and it's easy to use, and they have a really good selection of fabrics, patterns, and colors for you to choose from. And me being a sucker for royal blue and linen fabrics, of course I fell right for their Vichy blue fabric, which is of course royal blue and 100% linen. So I really took advantage of it being completely custom, though I did not go overboard. And that's really easy to do with these custom shirt or suit companies. It's super easy to go overboard and pick all these details, which on their own look good, but together just make you look like a clown.
Hey, kids!
I also added a matching pocket square because 1, it was cool, and 2, matching your shirt and your pocket square can look pretty cool, but not your pocket square and your tie. That's just tacky. I measured myself hastily, put those measurements in, and bought the shirt. They email you pictures of its process throughout the weeks to get you all pumped and crap, and trust me, it really does work. And 9 days later, it came. I loved it when I first got it, but I was actually disappointed with the fit, which is the whole point of made to measure. It's made to your measurements. The sleeves were attached short, and since the shoulders were a little out of whack, when I put my arms out, they were super short. When I put the cufflinks in, I felt like the shirt was gonna tear, and it eventually did. The back also had way too much excess fabric, which was odd considering I chose slim fit and put in back darts. But because the time of the premiere was approaching very quickly, I didn't think they'd have enough time, most likely, to make me a whole new shirt. So I just went with it. And about a year later, I sewed in the back darts myself. I thought since it was about a year later that I put in the back darts, that they wouldn't accept the return and make me a new one, even though their policy is a perfect fit guarantee. But a few weeks ago, I actually got an email from them saying, hey, how does your shirt fit? We saw that you bought one last year. If it doesn't fit perfectly, we'll make an entirely new one for free. Oh! So I told them exactly what was wrong with it and sent them pictures of me wearing it like they told me to. And then they gave me an email not so long after saying, okay, we updated your measurements. We could tell from how much by the pictures. We had to adjust. Next time, don't tailor it yourself. It makes it harder for us to see. But here are your new measurements. Put them in when you design your new shirt and you'll get it entirely for free. I was like, wow, you can actually tell just by looking at the picture and change the measurements and make it fit? Dang, that's impressive. We'll see how it goes. They also told me I could keep the old shirt, which is pretty awesome. So as I started designing my new shirt, I realized they ran out of the Vichy blue fabric. And I love that shirt so much. So I emailed them asking when they were gonna restock. And they got back with me and they said, hey, we're probably gonna restock, but we don't know when. So I'm like, oh, doggone it. But they said, we have our reserve fabric. We put it back on the site temporarily, so go and design your shirt with it. Yes! Heck yeah! And I designed the exact same shirt as before, but the only thing I changed was the cuffs. I made them double button barrel cuffs with the slash on it. My favorite. And again, 9 days later, it came. I really loved how it looked, even all packaged up. The new cuffs were absolutely fantastic. And the extreme cutaway collar, which looks more like an Italian spread, which I actually prefer, was upgraded, and it looks a lot better than the old one. But I said I'd be honest, guys. I was actually shocked at just how well it fit.
I give it to you. You got me there.
It's nice and slim the whole way through, and the placket stands up super nicely, which means I can undo the top 3 buttons like I always do and not look too much like a tool. It fits way better in the upper back on this one, and when I stretch out my arms, it's perfect on my wrists. So in a nutshell, what do I think? Is Tailorstore worth it? I'd say they are. You may have noticed I said I measured myself hastily, and that was my biggest mistake.
Don't be hasty.
You never want to rush when taking your measurements for certain outfits. And I highly recommend, guys, that if you do take your measurements, please find someone to help you take them for you, because it's really hard to do it on your own like I did.
Never, ever.
In made to measure, it's really difficult just to get the measurements regardless perfect on the first time around. So if it isn't absolutely perfect, well then just go and tell them. They'll take care of you. The fact that they actually reached out to me themselves a year later shows that they have excellent customer service and they actually do care how much you actually like the product. I also shared one of my pictures on their Instagram page and did multiple shout outs, so that's pretty cool. So there you go. And if you ever wondered about how good these guys were because you may have been skeptical about some of the YouTube sponsorships, don't worry. These guys are completely legit, and I think they're awesome. And for the price point of around $70 to $120, depending on what fabric you use and what kind of details you get, if they cost more, I think these guys are definitely a good choice. If you guys did enjoy this video, please press that like button very gently. And subscribe if you haven't already. Also, hit the bell notification icon so that you'll be notified the next time I drop a new video. And don't forget to share this with your friends, your family, or anyone that you know who might be interested in Tailorstore. But before I leave, guys, I want to know, have you tried Tailorstore yet? And would you consider actually getting a custom shirt from these guys? I want to know if you're on board with this as much as I am, because you know as well as I do that we are in this together. All right, folks, I'll see you next week. Goodbye. I would love to sponsor you guys. What? Oh, yeah.
You'll never, ever, never